not one of the people on the Succ is actually a real person. They're all characters, right? I mean, Matt Moyer, Justine.
And I'm like, I'm taking it to like Christian Bale levels, where I'm just gaining a shitload of weight for the role. You know?
Yeah, that's what I've been doing the last year.
Yeah, I'm really method acting this one.
Yeah. Those COVID weight. This is method acting for sure.
All those people I screamed at to get out of the shot and get out of my way. Those were all camera people, and I was method acting.
It's definitely good to gain a lot of weight for a podcast too. I mean,
exactly.
I gained so much weight for this podcast. It just gives a lot of more gravitas to my voice. I feel
absolutely. You can hear it.
Yeah, it adds a richness of tone.
Yeah.
I feel like my voice is soaking right now. I'm so sorry. I'm going to try not to talk about the whole Mormon sex thing the whole episode, but I can't.
Yeah, we were just talking about that.
Oh, really? I already missed this.
Oh no, you didn't miss it. We reserved.
We stifled it.
Plenty. Yeah.
We were talking.
You held in.
We stayed completely still.
Yeah, we held it in.
Yeah.
We didn't blow our loads. Don't worry.
So what is the Mormon version of edging? Because I feel like soaking is already like such a it's without edging like the next best thing you could get, to
I feel like soaking is the ultimate edging. You're just sort of like
yes.
Should we explain what soaking is if we're like getting going now?
Oh yeah, we should definitely. Yes, we're always going.
Yeah, we're going, Kim. I like to. I sneak up on you.
Let's soak.
Every time she's like, "Wow, we're going now. We're recording right now."
It's very disconcerting. I'm not used to it.
I like that. I like it. It throws her off. Good.
Every time. I love this. It's the Succ style to have a nice cold. So soaking is apparently, I just learned, I feel like this isn't new, but I feel like it just came up again recently. But apparently soaking is where if you don't want to disappoint the Lord Jesus Christ and have sexual relations before marriage, as long as you put the penis in a vagina but don't move it, then you're good. That's called soaking, which is, I don't believe like a virgin came up with that name. Like only a person that fucks would call that soaking. I'm sorry.
Yeah, because I'm just like, I can't imagine a virgin being like, yeah, I'm soaking my dick in her. Like, no, that is guy who fucks vernacular for sure.
Yeah. That's a guy who has many ideas about sex. And
guy who fucks but doesn't know what sex is.
On the Matrix,
a rare type guy.
Yeah.
But so somebody who does fuck definitely came up with jump humping, because that's not, as a virgin, that's definitely not an innovation you come up with.
This is my favorite thing in the world, because I knew about soaking. I did not know about jump humping. Like, this is
it's a big part of it. It's a big part.
This is the next level. You're inviting a third person.
You're having a threesome. You went from not having sex to having a threesome.
And you're doing it for Jesus. It's insane.
Yeah.
I kind of want to try it.
Threesome.
Yeah, it does sound fun.
It does.
I guess I have one fundamental question. Is the goal for anyone to come, or is it just the act of like being there?
I think you come emotionally.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, I feel like coming is outright. Like that just can't be. I'm sure it happens. Like,
I think it's whatever happens kind of deal. It's like, I nutted, but I didn't have sex. I nutted inside of a woman, but I didn't have sex. So
didn't have sex because there's no thrusting. The logic is if there's thrusting, that makes it sex.
Then you're
because then Jesus comes too.
Yeah, Jesus.
And yeah. But does that make like lesbian, like cunnilingus or whatever? Is that technically not sex? Which therefore makes it permissible?
Every lesbian is a virgin.
Well, that was going to be one of my questions, is if you do a blowjob, do you have to have a jump humper for that? Like, if it goes in a mouth, there's no motion, like...
I think you would.
I think it's a shover. It's a shover, then you just kind of, that other person just kind of does that. for you.
That's just a normal blowjob.
Yeah,
Having someone shove
No,
your
but
head down.
a
That's
third
just
person.
Regular. Oh, okay.
That's
I do
the
think
next
as a
level.
point,
Yeah.
we do need to explain what jump humping is as well.
Yeah,
because
yeah.
that
Yeah.
is very. I personally would be traumatized to have to be a jump humper. I'm not.
Yeah.
I'm not.
I'd have the time of my fucking life.
Yeah. Matt, would you jump hump for me?
Absolutely. I jump up for any of you guys.
I think you may have found your like sexual niche. You're a jump
Yeah,
humper.
I think so. I'm a jump up guy.
We need to make
So
jump
for-
humpers the seventh letter of the LGBT.
Yeah. Oh my god! Could you fucking imagine? Just showing up to like Pride and being like, "I'm a jump humper." We're gonna be accepted one day.
Here comes the
We
jump
can-
humper float, everyone.
We can
Should
fully
jump humpers
complete-
be allowed at
Humpers are
Pride?
humpers.
We can fully complete the erasure of bisexuals and just replace them with jump
Oh.
humpers. It's just-
Bisexuals are out. Jump humpers are in.
Jump humpers, the
This is
new
2021.
bisexual.
yeah, LGJTQ.
For the listeners,
LGBT
we need to define jump humping real quick because
Okay.
we're going. But jump
The
humping
poor
is-
listener has no idea.
Like,
We'll
what the
edit
fuck
this
are you guys
part back
talking
in.
about? This is, no, we just gotta let it ride. But jump humping is you have someone jump on the bed next to your soaking couple, so they get the motion without actually physically doing it
And they lay
themselves, which is
completely
such a
still.
like white Republican way of having sex without. It's like it's technically not tax evasion. You know what I'm saying? Like it's a business. It's business. Okay, like.
It's the white collar crime of sex crimes.
I mean,
Thank
the
you.
god of Mormonism has got to be super petty and vengeful anyway to just say you can't have sex. So, do you really think you're going to skirt by on this technicality? It's like, there's nothing I can do.
Yeah, right.
There's nothing. I'm all powerful, but I can't
Could you imagine?
invalidate the loophole.
Could you imagine God just being like, "Oh, you got me! Holy shit! Yeah, that doesn't count. You're right.
What if that's what God wanted all along? He wanted us all to be jump humpers.
God is a
Yes,
jump humper.
yes.
That way.
God is a jump
Yes, in
humper.
his image.
He
I
just
appreciate
wanted us all
this.
to get a
God,
little craftier, is all.
What if God was a jump humper like one of us?
As a parent, I've always wanted my kid to know how to get away with the shit that I don't want to have to talk to them about, and I think that reflects, God. We are in God's image
I think
because
so.
He's like, basically, just don't make it my problem. If you're gonna do a whole lot of terrible drugs, just don't get arrested. All right, jump hump them.
And you jump off your friends.
Can you jump hump drugs? Is that possible?
I don't know.
If they're
Okay, I'll
That's
hold.
right.
I'll hold it in my arm, and I just need someone to jump.
Just use somebody
Yeah,
else.
just-
Make the
Jump
plunger
chugging.
down.
Oh gosh. Why,
Oh, God.
Kim? What's up? You have Q-tips?
I just wanted to ask you guys because I'm looking at these Q-tips. I got this box of Q-tips right here. I just wanted to ask you real quick. What do y'all use Q-tips for? To clean out your ears, right? That's
Yeah.
what
Pee hole.
that. Okay, that's
Matt
also
just
valid.
jumped the shark.
I mean, yeah. I mean, it's thanks for taking my bit and making it like running with it, really making it your own. Yeah. But no, it's like that thing they tell you not to put the Q-tips in your ears, but everyone does it anyway. So they have to come up with like ridiculous uses that they show on the box. The
Right,
listener can't see. I don't describe, but it's like first aid. Put a little on the tip of your finger. There's just some gross toes right there. Someone's just cleaning their toes
With the
Oh, wow.
Q-tip.
with the Q-tip, which is the least effective way I can think of to clean your toes with like a small instrument, smaller than
need,
each
like,
one.
10 at least.
Yeah.
I'm gonna
I'd
try
just be
this.
blowing through them.
It's a fucking waste.
How does anyone
I
know
have-
what they're for? It's got to be culturally passed down.
Yeah,
that they
it
go
is.
inside
It's-
your ears.
Yeah.
It's oral.
It's like ape knowledge. Like it's just chimpanzees with a stick to get the termites out. That's what that
Yeah.
is basically.
Mm.
Same thing.
Yeah, same thing.
And you eat it
I-
naturally, like
You
that.
eat it,
course.
yeah, exactly.
Of course. You could use a Q humper to just like you could just hold it right there,
Oh my
bounce
god.
up and down.
Yeah. Now we're talking.
And then you're
Thank
not
you, Kim.
violating
Thank you for that.
manufacturer's instructions.
Yeah.
You're not. Thank you, W.
You're right, because they say don't thrust it in, right? That's a big part of it. It's like
Yeah.
you're not
Part-
supposed
no
to stick it in.
thrusting.
Not
If you're not
it's
thrusting,
bad.
it doesn't count.
No.
Yeah,
That
it's-
Canussi is very sensitive, so
yeah. As long as you don't come, you're using the Q-tip, okay.
Matt, you're out.
Yeah, that
Screw it
is
again.
fucked up. I do come every time I use a Q-tip in my ear, so.
Oh, as you should. I mean,
Yeah,
you
most
know,
people
you're getting
do.
your money's worth. Nobody tells you about the E spot, which is like right down there past the.
Grind it in
The
there.
E spot.
Yeah, it's towards the frontal wall. Yeah.
That's just tacit
You
knowledge.
can feel it like a rough patch, slightly. Yeah.
Yeah, if you bend the Q-tip in a kind of come hither motion.
Oh my god! I don't know why that gave me such a weird flashback, but thank you. Jesse.
Weird flashback, Phil.
I feel like as a teenager, I was instructed with the come hither motion, like by.
Oh yeah,
Wow, definitely.
everybody was. I think everyone who like fingers women basically.
No, you want to know? Okay, this is good. You want to know how I was in 6th grade, and I didn't have an older brother, so I knew nothing, right? So an 8th grader, he's like, "Hey man, yeah, I like fingered a girl," and I was like, "Oh
Hell
shit!"
yeah.
Well, me and my friends like all gathered around, like, "Oh, you really? Like, what was it like, you know?" And he's like, "Well, it was wet, and it was, it was real tight, you know." And I'm like, "Oh damn, really? Like, what do you do? Like, how do you do it?" And because I had no idea. And I was like, "Girls want you to do this?" And he's like, "Hell yeah, they do, man." And he's like, "Oh, well, what you want to do is you want to stick it in and then you want to swirl it around." And it stuck with me to this day. Like, I'll die. Like, the last thing I think about, I'll be like 80 years old and I'll be like, swirl it around. And people like won't know what the fuck I'm talking about, but that'll be like the one thing that's rattling around my head. Like, finger it, girl, swirl it around.
This is another edition of Matt's version of Citizen Kane, where he's swirl it around.
I have many rosebuds.
I just like the idea. So specifically, it was swirl it around. So I'm thinking one finger, and it's just like a lady in a commercial, absent-mindedly like mixing cake mix and tasting it. Just like,
like a woman eating Yoplait or some shit.
Yeah, she's smiling. It's very bright outside.
It makes me think of the Seinfeld, the swirl, but just a completely ignorant version of it. Like just a child watched Seinfeld but didn't know what that meant at all. No Seinfeld fan.
Not a Seinfeld.
Oh yeah, no, I'm a huge Seinfeld fan. I know exactly the episode you're talking about.
No, he stole his move.
Yeah.
Thank you, WM.
I watched a lot of Seinfeld and didn't get most of the jokes, but I convinced myself as like a 6-year-old that I was like, this is very sophisticated for me to be watching. I would just laugh at like weird spots in the show because I thought that was like supposed to be a joke. I was a weird kid. I don't know.
Yeah, I was weird too because like my friends at the time, I guess my friends were weird too because they were all watching Friends. Which was like, I was like, who the fuck cares about Friends? And then wait till Seinfeld came on. And they thought I was weird for watching Seinfeld. But I think history has borne out that I made the right decision, right?
Yeah.
I
think so, yeah. It's a shame that Jerry Seinfeld is such a piece of shit.
Is he?
Well, isn't he like a groomer and a whole bunch of other stuff? I don't know.
I think he was dating like an 18-year-old or something, or 20-year-old when he was like in his 50s.
Oh, I forgot about that.
39, I think, dating a 17-year-old? 18-year-old.
Man.
I don't know. It was
that is fucked up, dude.
It didn't look great.
He's also kind of a motherfucker. Like if you've ever seen an interview with him, he's like just like kind of a
he's a dick.
Right-wing kind of like piece of shit.
Yeah.
Well, he's just filthy rich. I mean, come on.
Yeah.
I really want to try to imitate Jerry Seinfeld right now, but my voice is like it's like giving out. It's been a long day, so it's like giving out. So I don't know if I'm going to be able to do it. When he's like,
give it a shot.
Nope, there it goes. Nope.
Oh,
I tried to sound like Citizen Kane, Jerry Seinfeld. Just
it's a theme we got going on right now.
When you think about it, Jerry Seinfeld and Jeff Foxworthy actually have a lot in common because they do the same like, what's the deal with and then you got Jeff Foxworthy.
You got the same ad libs.
Have you ever?
Where's Jeff Foxworthy from again?
No idea. Don't care.
It feels like I want to just say Alabama.
I think it is. I think it's like a big city in Alabama.
He's
That's what I
from
was
New
gonna
York,
say.
and
It's from-
he's just a character. That's it.
Just like
he's from Atlanta.
It's a
My
method
bad.
actor.
Oh, okay. All right.
Atlanta, really? Seems like such a cop out to me.
Yeah. Boring.
No, the show is based on him, actually.
I think he's related to Migos.
Well, guys, let's get into some of the topical things here, which I'm going to touch on 2 of our notes, one of which we'll circle back to. But Justina brought up, I think this is so funny to me, people kind of recoiling from headline posting and kind of having outrage or horror about it, and just making a topical joke. And then their response to that is going back to making jokes. I'm going to do air quotes, which I think that's hilarious. Because isn't that what everyone's doing anyway? But I want to come back to that later. I want to set that out for the show, and I want to get into some of the topical stuff because I think they're pretty funny. First of all, we got to revisit one of our favorites. Ben Garrison has COVID. Is that right?
Yes.
Hell yeah, he does.
He's got plenty of horse.
I want to know if he got any horse. Thank you, W.
Sorry. I did it. Totally undercut your bit.
I want to know if he took the ivermectin. Is really what I want to know. Like,
Yeah.
You know he fucking did.
Yeah. Oh,
I want to know if every little COVID cell in his body is like labeled something like Democratic Party.
Yeah, pretty much. I'm imagining Ben Garrison's, fever-inspired cartoons that he writes while he's, suffering from COVID, and it's just like little COVID molecules that say like liberal, and then people just change them to say "come," right, within a couple of days. That's how it goes.
I don't know. It'd be kind of cool if he went into like a total like fever dream meltdown and just started doing like crazy surrealist art. I'd be so into that.
I would love that.
Wow.
Honestly, yeah. Like the only thing separating Ben Garrison from being a shit poster is having boomer political beliefs.
Yeah.
If he's too out of it to think, coherently, I think he'd be a real talent.
Yeah. Yeah, he would do like a dolly piece, and everything in it would be just labeled Pelosi.
It's like a melting clock, and it's just Pelosi.
Could you imagine the surreal art with just like labels on everything, which would just ruin the whole entire?
I'd unironically hang my entire fucking house with those. That would rule so hard.
Right?
The concept of time. Aging, like Ben, you're not supposed to,
Yeah, what if he gets so out of it that he's drawing his cartoons and he's just labeling everything extremely literally? He's just like elephant man, donkey man, podium.
He actually literally believes that Democrats are donkey people.
I like.
We have to make this.
Him in his hospital bed, and he's somehow gotten a hold of like a Sharpie, and he's just wearily like leaning up out of the bed, like writing on his IV, like IV bag. He's writing on the little,
just
labeling.
He can't stop.
He keeps writing on the nurses. Hillary. Crooked
Picturing
Hillary.
It's like a horror movie scene where like it's a madman that's just been sitting in a room for like years, and it's just like everywhere there's just pictures of Hillary Clinton and fucking Nancy Pelosi everywhere with like demon eyes.
And it's
The
all
donkey
written
men cometh.
100,000 times.
Yeah.
I had the same imagery, but I was just imagining words written on the wall like over and over again, just like wall, drywall, fucking screws, tape. Like, Ben, we get it. Please stop.
I'm giving him the too much of a like an abstract thought kind of thing, which he just doesn't.
Yeah, he
have.
did. I don't
He's
think he
not
has
capable
that.
of it. You know what's funny is I think people like us might be the only people who really know who Ben Garrison is in the large scheme of things. You know what I mean? Like boomers who read his comics, they don't ever consider that it was like made by some guy named Ben Garrison. They're not Ben Garrison fans.
They just simply exist.
Ben Garrison stands out there, not at all.
No.
So it's really us. We are the Ben Garrison fandom, ultimately.
Oh, wow. This kind of hurts. Kind of stings. It's the weird post-ironic, transition you make to realize you were making fun of someone so much that you're their only fan. We're like, they say
OnlyFans?
I'm gonna just
Ben Garrison OnlyFans.
Ben
Now.
Garrison, oh my god.
Every body part labeled.
Ben
Jeez.
Garrison hentai. Dick nipples.
oh god.
Oh
This is terrible.
no.
Penis.
It's called art. Okay. All right. Well, we got to get away from Ben Garrison. That was too much. It was amazing, but let's talk about another equally terrible subject, which was Elon Musk and Grimes have separated.
Terrible.
Wow.
It
Tragic.
feels right.
Never saw that coming. Never would have imagined.
Yeah.
It is a really big news day for the worst fucking people that you know.
I called Grimes she's like the collection of every single person I met at noise shows in 2007, just in one person. Like
that you wanted to make out with. I think that was part
some
of
of
it,
them. Some of them.
No, that was part of the post.
Not
I'm
all of
making it up.
them. No, I
I
commented
saw the
that
post,
later. Okay.
So would you only make out with some of Grimes? Just the
Yeah.
parts of her. Yeah.
Just certain. I'd soak the rest. I would.
Would you stay?
Thank you. I was gonna try to get a soaking joke.
Would you let
but
Elon be
didn't.
your jump humper?
Fuck yeah, I would.
Oh, but the breakup's still fresh, so he's silently crying. While
Yeah. He's like, he doesn't care though. He totally doesn't care.
Yeah. He's not mad. He's actually laughing.
He's cool. Yeah. Did you see that video of him where he forgets? He doesn't realize what his son's name is, or whatever I think it's a
What
son,
is-
right?
No,
Wasn't his
that's
son's
very
name just
understandable.
It's like
unpronounceable-
XA28B or something.
XAB12.
XAB12. Yeah, like it's like a paparazzi or something like that. It's like, hey, how's your child XAB12? And he's like, what? What are you talking about?
He's like, what the fuck are you talking
And the
about?
guy's like, your child. And then he's like, oh yeah. I thought you were saying like a password or something. He literally says that.
He said that.
He literally said that too. Like, and he's like laughing like a fucking moron. I'm like,
It's like the random letters that are printed on a pill. You know what I
I
mean?
know,
Like,
right?
It does sound like
He
a
just calls the
pharmaceutical
kid
name.
Craig,
I mean,
yeah.
what? And that's giving a lot of credit because I don't know how to say it. So like, but for real though, I do think his name could pass the password test, like you were saying. Like,
Yeah, it could.
It does have a special character, so yeah. It might be too short though.
You gotta tack your pet's name at the end, and then you're good.
It's like
well, I just want to know what they
X
actually
dash.
call him. Like it's got to be something like XE
Oh, Grimes-
12 or come here 12A 12 come here Aether. Like they're
Grimes
definitely
doesn't
an
call him
actual nick.
X. She just calls him
Okay.
X.
Okay, yeah,
And
that's what I
I
wanted
only
to know.
know this because she just put out a video recently where she was talking about how she just doesn't like being called mom. And she's like, I don't like that word. The like motherhood doesn't, resonate with me. And she's like, an ex, he just calls me Claire. I think he senses my distaste for the word.
what?
Because she's
this is
psychotic.
definitely some emotional childhood neglect going on.
Kids
that,
gonna be so fucked
X
up,
is
man.
going to be dealing with later. Trust me, my parents were pretty great, and I still am going through a lot of things.
Yeah.
At least, hey, Elon can probably, help out with the therapy costs there.
Mhm.
It's true.
Whew. I mean, who knows? Maybe he won't need it. Maybe he'll become, like a famous YouTuber or TikTok rap
Yeah,
star.
TikTok,
That's
yeah,
probably.
or some yet unknown application.
Did you see when Elon
Right.
shared like the picture of their baby to Instagram, and for some reason he put that like e-thought like tattoo filter on it?
What?
You guys didn't see that? Hold on, I gotta.
No, I
gotta-
have not
I
seen
vaguely-
that.
I'll send it to you.
Why would you do that?
I'll send it to the group thing right now. You can all look at it. Sorry, listeners, it is another visual thing, but you can Google this. Google Elon baby
It's all right.
tattoo.
Don't worry. That's why you joined the Facebook group, right? We'll post it up in
Exactly.
there.
Yeah, him, Elon, and Kanye have the same energy as
There
as
it
like
is.
people
Oh my
to me.
God.
You see it, Justine?
That fucking rocks.
This is terrible. Why would you do that? It's
Oh
because
my
you know what? He's
God.
the worst kind of like, he's somebody that doesn't need to do shit posting tactics to get internet clout, and yet he still does.
And yet he
That's
does,
what aggravates me.
That's why I'm saying he has the same energy as Kanye. Like, neither of them has to do it at all. They simply don't, but they can't help themselves because they're posters. They have the
They
posting
are.
gene, and that's
Yeah.
what it is. And on some level, like, I like that endears me slightly to them. Not much,
Yeah.
but slightly.
Look, I have the posting gene, and for me, the debate was not should I post my child with the thought tattoos. It was should I post my child at all? Like, you know,
Well,
that's the real person's dilemma is like, oh,
You've got too much of the decent person gene counteracting.
Yeah.
The
if you can
shit
get rid of that
That's
for the
problem.
podcast, thank you.
With gene
I
editing.
think
I will
my
get
problem-
a frontal lobotomy for posting. Trust me.
I think my problem with Elon specifically, though, is he does have the posting gene, but he has like specifically a variant of it that's like he has the Reddit posting gene that just makes you fucking skin crawl when he
Mhm.
talks. Like
Yes.
it's just
Mhm.
bad. It's,
yeah, that
it's
is
really
very bad.
disconcerting.
I just think that when it comes to posters, this union of Grimes and Elon could relate to, people in. I've just become known to this cringe spotting group and all the other ones that spin off from them, and like I'm seeing shit in these groups now that I'm new to that I'm like, this could be the same as the whole Elon Grimes thing I'm watching right now. This is just a very, very public version of some weird Facebook drama shit.
Exactly. Exactly.
Yeah, that's all it is.
There's all
Terrible.
kinds of posters out there. Like even
It's the same
like,
shit at scale.
Yeah, exactly. Donald Trump. Okay, he was just a shit
Mhm.
poster. Really,
Miss him, by the way.
He
Miss
was.
him.
He
Hope
was.
he's doing
Miss him
okay.
every day. Stop the steal.
Stop
Yeah.
the steal.
Unfortunately, the pod is a big fan of
Stay strong,
Donald
King.
Trump somehow.
You'll be back. We'll get you back on Twitter. Don't worry.
Yeah.
Hold tight, baby.
You drop this, King, and then it's the
You
country.
The best is yet to come.
The best is yet to come.
On November
Oh my
3rd,
God.
we will storm
So
the Twitter.
Headquarters.
offices.
Man.
I'm done.
Jack, we're coming for you.
Come on, Jack, you fucking man bun fuck. Let him back on.
So surprisingly, we have two different piss related. I shouldn't say surprising. This is the suck. We have two different piss related headlines we should discuss. Which guys do you want to go to? Do you want to go to public urination at the Glastonbury Festival has created toxic levels in the White Lake River, or do we just want to talk about R. Kelly?
Let's do the Scottish one, whatever the fuck that.
Yeah,
It's
yeah,
a
that definitely has
MDMA
way
one.
more.
It's a little more fun.
So Glastonbury is a Scottish town, is that right?
I don't know. I just made that up. It sounds Scottish to me.
Sounds very Scottish. Let me look it up, just in case.
Well, we have been discussing Matt's Irish heritage, which is not the same. Scottish people are going to be pissed off at me right now, but we're definitely exploring that area of the pod's ethnicity.
Yeah. We got a lot of
Can you
Irish
even
going on.
call it that with that?
Sure do.
It's
I
in
feel like
Su-
white
it's in
people, you can't
Somerset,
call it
England.
ethnicity at all.
No.
It's where Kim?
Somerset, England. So I guess
Okay, so it's neither. It's just English people, which makes a ton of sense because
Yeah.
they are the most shit-faced people I know on the planet.
You know, it's crazy though. Like, I can't even imagine the sheer amount of Molly these people are doing. That their piss is making the river turn into Molly water. Like, imagine like the degenerates that are drinking it.
I was about to say I didn't want to go there, but like honestly,
I have met someone who's like drank their own piss to get
keep
like,
it
the
that
drugs
Bear
out of
Grylls?
it. Yeah.
How did
Oh,
that
Wait.
work out?
It's specifically for that reason, not for some
Yeah.
weird homeopathic thing. They were just like,
No,
my piss
it
has
was
a lot
just
of
for
drugs
the
in
drugs.
it.
Yeah.
Wow.
it can be kind of common with like meth users. in
That's
particular.
exactly who it was. Thank
Yeah,
you.
yeah. I don't know if it's really any other drugs. I don't think a pothead's doing it or anything.
No,
get
that would
high.
be fucking funny though.
Drinking their
I feel
own
like
fucking
such an
piss.
innocent, sweet summer child right now. Like I've
Especially
never
now.
heard this before.
It would be especially funny now for a pot head to do this, given that like weed has never been more like
More
cheaper,
available.
easily accessible.
Yeah. No, the only reason they would do that now is if they believed in some, like it was going to cure some kind of like disease or some shit that they had.
Yeah, like
They're
if you're
just
doing
so
it now,
like
you're
a
in it
couch.
for the love of the game for sure.
So if they're like a Christian Scientist pothead, is what you're saying? If they're like
Yeah,
don't believe in
exactly.
medicine.
They exist.
fucking love Christian Scientists. I think
I saw one at Spencer's once.
hell yeah.
Oh wow. So what is the actual story here? Which is just simply that there was a music festival and everyone at the festival was so fucked up that the piss polluted the river to the point the fish, did they die? Did something?
No,
what
they just had a
happened?
really, really good time.
They just got really chatty. Yeah,
They were a little bit
they were
touchy,
vibing.
but
They had the
Right.
best episode of their podcast ever. It was like very like enthusiastic conversations. Like
Yeah, it says that there were environmentally damaging levels that were harmful to the aquatic life, but what it really was is the fish just got really cool, and then they weren't nerdy enough to hang out with the scientists anymore.
imagine you're the scientist measuring the MDMA level in the water. Like what the fuck is that? Like,
Yeah.
hey guys, let's go out to the
Fucking
river and
marks.
see how.
God
so
damn
the
it!
fish are like in the corner playing hacky sack with each other.
At like 4 a.m.
Yeah, at 4 a.m. One's wearing like a beanie, like one of those long sack beanies.
It's
They
like a
figured
fish
out-
concert.
They figured out how to make a loft out of coral and shit.
Amazing! Wow. I feel like you were about to say bikini, which made me
I
think
did,
like
yeah.
a fish wearing underwear, which gave me I got to circle back from last. I think it was last episode where we were talking about boxers and briefs
Yeah,
and all that.
you made the switch.
I just got to defend myself here. No, I switched and I switched back. But boxer briefs are bullshit. They're not cool. Like I'm not.
I like them. They're good. You're a coward.
I felt I'm not gonna criticize anybody for their choice, but for me it just didn't work. It didn't work out. I know. You said I was a middle schooler. What the fuck?
Well, look,
here's
at
the
the
trade-off.
time, I didn't know that you were a boxerman.
No,
You
that's
weren't
what makes it
trying to
good.
call
That's
it
what
out.
makes it a great. It makes a great episode for the podcast. But I
Mm.
will say I wanted to call it out because I had this weird correlation that was not in any way designed by our conversation, which is so I wear an insulin pump on my hip. It's always on my pants, right? And so these boxer briefs that I got, they don't have the dick slit or whatever you want to call it.
yeah.
Right.
So I'm
That's
having
bad,
to like
yeah.
unhook the pants and then my insulin pump falls down and then I feel like a fucking middle schooler because my pants are in my ankles all of a sudden.
Oh.
It just was a weird correlation, like, and I'm not in public. I don't go in public.
You just got the wrong pair of boxer briefs. It sounds.
You should have run them by me.
Are you
Yeah.
trying
gotta
to
get
get
it.
me to try this again?
I think you should try dick slit briefs.
Yeah. Go tactical.
No, that's a thing.
It's,
Okay.
I mean, I
Is this
didn't.
a meat?
I've never heard of them not having it.
Oh, what the fuck?
Utility briefs. Yeah.
You
Well, I'm in
with pockets.
Silverthorne, Colorado, and apparently in Silverthorne, Colorado, they don't have the dick slit. Don't ask me why.
It's
Can't
like
tell you.
I was gonna say maybe it's another like Mormon thing. Like if you don't have a dick slit.
You can't soak, yeah.
Right. Yeah, exactly.
Anti-soaking technology. Well, thank you for letting me. I've been thinking about that all week. So
no,
thank you
you're
for letting
valid.
me.
You're valid.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna wear boxer briefs. Sorry, the boxers for me. I will say the briefs were like much like cuter. Like they have a much better bulge factor. But yeah,
Sure. Yeah, and they
I
hug your
wish the
thigh
viewers
like
could have seen Matt's like
The real reason comes out.
the bulge factor is a real different. Yeah, a huge difference. I'll admit. Like if that's what you're going for.
It is.
Matt,
it
don't
makes a
raise
huge
your eyebrows
difference.
at that
I've
comment.
studied.
It's making me feel weird.
I wish we could zoom in.
I'm gonna start screen recording the recording sessions just for that reason.
Hold on, Matt. Keep doing that.
Bulge factor. You said. Had
I'm
no
trying
idea.
to figure out a good segue. I cannot, so I'm just gonna go and ask you guys what is restless anus syndrome? Is that a real thing?
Yeah. Okay. Let me take this.
There are
one,
very
guys.
few segments.
Okay.
of that.
Yeah, so I read an article. One of my friends sent it to me, and it's apparently they discovered a rare side effect of COVID after you have it can cause restless anus syndrome, and what it is it makes your anus restless.
Okay.
Uh-huh.
So yeah,
So like it wants to get up and go in the middle of the night.
yeah. So apparently it was discovered in Japan.
Naturally.
Uh-huh.
And it was actually a 77-year-old man who he got like very restless at night, and he kept having to get up and walk around, and it eventually moved to his asshole, and then he would constantly complain that his asshole needed to like move around, or it needed to be like itched, or it needed to be like
his asshole needed to move around.
This is I gave it a quick read, and I'm just going to relay it. I'm just relaying what I remember. His asshole needed to be moved around, and he needed to move around his asshole. I'm pretty sure that was what happened.
Like expressing the glands of a dog? Like you just move it around a little bit? Or?
I mean, it seemed like he needed to move, and they gave him a colonoscopy, and they did find a bunch of hemorrhoids pretty deep in there.
Okay, so what we've discovered is just there's a man who had hemorrhoids.
Yeah. In Japan, yeah. And he wanted to move around a lot. Yeah.
Like, if this man had gas, it would sound similar to the cartoon snoring sound where it's like that's to me was like the restless asshole syndrome.
That sounds like a very restful asshole, actually.
Yeah, that's a little bit too restful. Yeah, that's very restful asshole.
Very sleepy.
That's the opposite problem. When it won't wake up.
My thing is like, so I'm really familiar with like restless leg syndrome. Like I've had restless leg syndrome a lot before, and I've had it in like my back and my shoulders. So is it RLS but like for your ass?
I'm gonna go with yes.
RLS.
It's yes.
So RLS.
I'm not a doctor, but I'm gonna say yes.
Or wait, or RAS.
RAS.
This is interesting. After I got my COVID shot in my arm, the muscle wiggled for a long time, and I always just chalked it up to the microchip, But I guess it's
yeah, and you will have that sometimes.
Butthole syndrome in my arm.
You will have that sometimes. They call it wiggly muscles, and you have to go through it.
They do.
They
call it that?
They do.
That's
like a scientific name.
I sound like this.
Wiggly
This sounds like Matt's buddy who was like, just twirl it around.
Swirl it around.
Yeah. What you do?
Yeah,
is
wiggly muscles.
You take the vaccine and you twirl it around in there, and then you get a little bit of wiggly muscles.
Just jab the needle in and you just swirl it around.
And chicks love when you do this.
They absolutely.
It really, the vaccine hits totally different. Hit my V spot,
I'll hit you up on AIM.
I'm sorry. I'm just trying to always make sure every episode has some kind of abbreviated reference, whether it's a pass or a spot. We got to get the letter references in there. And speaking of letter references,
people are paying
I do think
for
we
these.
need to talk about. They are, yeah. The Patreon, $1 per A pass or B pass. But speaking of the R pass, it's the remix edition of R. Kelly's conviction. He has been convicted to 40 years in jail for his crimes against minors, sexual assault, all that.
Can I just say, like, fuck this fucking guy? Because literally my entire life, I've been hearing about this motherfucker's horrendous sex crime since I've been like 14, and just now he's being convicted of this horrible shit that everybody knew he was doing.
Yeah,
terrible.
For years.
Well, there's extremely vocal stands of R. Kelly, which is the hard part for me. Which is like,
I don't get it.
We could have a long conversation about separating the art from the artist. That's a whole thing. But R. Kelly's art is about.
It's also bad. It's the R. Kelly art is bad. I'm just
pretty
gonna say,
bad.
Thank you.
Okay,
I never enjoyed it.
So the thing is, I will never defend R. Kelly in any capacity.
Uh-oh.
But
in my second car that I had when I was 18, there used to be a rule that if I was giving you a ride somewhere and you weren't paying me any money, and like you weren't like a friend of mine or whatever, you had to listen to chapters 1 through 22 of Trapped in the Closet for the entire journey. And like you can contact friends from my past and they'll verify this. I'm not making this up. I had it on an iPod Nano, all 22 chapters. And if you got in my fucking car and you didn't have like gas money or whatever, I would hit play until we got to your fucking destination. And I grew to love this. I still know every word of 1 through 22 of Trapped in the Closet. And I will not be ashamed.
If Justine
No.
picked up Hitchhikers, it would say ass, grass, or chapters 1 through 22. Trapped in the closet. Just sorry. That's just how it goes.
Exactly.
No, I mean that's the thing is I'm fine with his music being used as like a torture device or what's the word? Yeah, that seems great because I get mad when like good art gets used for that. So I think
Yeah.
I know. Yeah.
I think you're
Okay, so
right.
I'm off the rack then as far as okay, cool. I'm good. I'm not problematic.
I'm pretty sure I saw Bill Cosby defending R. Kelly already, which is not surprising at all.
Even
God
Bill
damn
Cosby, the beloved Bill Cosby.
Well,
I think Epstein, Jeffrey Epstein was too.
That's the last person. If I were R. Kelly, I wouldn't want Bill Cosby being like, no, this guy's cool.
Well, that's what bothers me the most about the whole art versus artist argument is that so many of these people, their art directly correlates to the terrible shit they did. Like Bill Cosby, sold himself as a family man for decades, and he was a terrible, awful, abuser to people and like selling family values. R. Kelly's not selling family values, but he's selling like sexually suggestive music while he's abusing minors and shit. I can't separate that. It's all problematic to me. Like, go to jail, rot in jail, please. And I love the memes where you see. I don't like the memes that make fun of like people being raped in prison because it's just like lacking a lot of awareness, but I do like where they're just yelling at him to like sing some of his songs. Like, no, Robert, I want to hear the remix.
Remix.
Now,
Can someone name some R. Kelly songs? I honestly could
just
not.
remix to Ignition. That's all I know. That's all.
I
I
don't even think I don't think there's an original Ignition. I think it's just
there isn't an original Ignition because I tried looking it up and I was like, no, it's just this. It was never released.
Who did the Space Jam song? It's not him, right?
No, there's no way that's R. Kelly.
No. Welcome to the jam. Know. Okay, because if I found out
that's not
that's not going to be. I would forgive R. Kelly if that were the case.
Yeah,
honestly, all crimes forgiven.
It's
wait, is this a bit?
City DJs.
Okay. No, but he did I Believe I Can Fly, which
I Believe I Can Fly. He did the other song.
Oh, he did do that.
Oh, that is R. Kelly. God damn
That's
it.
it.
Yeah, you're so right.
Well, that one kind of sucks anyway, but Welcome to the Jam. The Slam Jam. That's the jam.
Right.
That's the jam. That's the one we want.
That's Welcome to the Slam.
That's the one we need.
And of course, Trapped in the Closet. I can name at least 22 songs of R. Kelly's, actually.
Wow.
I've never heard a single song off that at all.
No?
Really?
No, I don't.
So good.
Isn't it like a lot of skits?
Bonus episode.
It's a hip opera.
Yeah, well, we used to watch. It was basically the same song over and over and over and over and over again with different.
Yeah, it's like, but it's Blue Velvet, but it's R. Kelly's take on it, right? I mean,
Blue Velvet.
It's a hip opera.
Have y'all not seen Blue Velvet?
Yeah, I have. I'm trying to imagine
Agent Cooper's trapped in the closet. You know what's so fucked up right now, you guys? I am literally trapped in the closet. I want y'all to see this.
You are. Oh, you are.
So I set up. I didn't think about this before the show, but I set up on the lower shelf of this closet in my
Phil,
bedroom.
are you in your own house, or did you break into someone else's house again to
owner's lounge, owner's house?
I paid them through Airbnb, so technically it's not a breaking and entering. But no, I'm not in my own house. But it's the owner's lounge of Dillon, Colorado. But I'm literally in a closet right now, which is fucked up because I didn't think about that until just now.
You're not trapped though.
I could be.
Could you escape easily if need be? Run a drill right now.
Sidle on up here and
oh my god.
Now I'm trapped
here we are.
You're looking pretty trapped.
Yeah, he's getting trapped in the closet right now. Phil is trapping himself right as we
live
speak.
From the closet. The Succ.
Oh, wow.
I am trapped in the closet.
I can fucking hear. I can hear the backing track right now.
Yeah,
that's how ingrained it is. As he closed the doors, it's faded in.
I gotta get out of this. Is claustrophobic for me. I feel like I'm gonna get peed on any moment.
Okay. Jesus Christ!
I'm out.
Episode title idea: Phil goes into the closet.
I was gonna go with the Succ.
The soak. That's good.
Yeah.
That's very good.
That's good.
Nice.
All right. Well, speaking of soaking, this is another sexual phenomenon I just learned about this week called pooning. Have y'all heard about this?
No.
Have you seen this?
No.
Have you heard about this?
Hey, I seen this.
No.
Sorry. Every time Kim's on the show, I'm gonna.
Kevin.
Kim, have you seen? Hey, Kim. Hey, I just heard about this in the news. Have you heard this? Pooning.
I haven't heard about pooning. Tell us about it.
So I'm going to try to connect the dots here, but I don't actually know if these dots are connected. But I've seen our Facebook mutual friends, Jamar Slaps and Jordan Joestar, posting about seared and deep fried panties, which just burned an
They
image
do
in my
love it.
mind. You know, I get drunk enough sometimes. I wake up with a hangover and certain things are stuck in my mind. Most of the time, it's just like the children's songs my daughter listens to, which is torture. But sometimes it's weird shit on the internet where I just was hearing, I was just seeing Jamar's post in my mind. I love when the panties be seared in all capital letters. And I'm like, what the fuck does this mean? Like, it won't get out of my mind. I can't escape it.
Because you kind of know, but you don't know.
I definitely don't know. I'm still trying to understand. And that's how I came to know about pooning. Someone posted about pooning in the comments of a post I made trying to get in on this bandwagon. And it's apparently when, you know, a person gets so wet, the panties are soaked with the juices. And then they take the underwear and let it either dry naturally or speed up the process by using a hair dryer. Yeah, throw it on the griddle. The air fryer, I think, would actually be a great use.
Oh yeah, because of the
If you put it in
convection.
the dehydrator, that's very healthy.
Yeah. And then they scrape the dried up juices off and snort it as an aphrodisiac, which is just this whole thing is just
There's no
this
way.
is just terrifying to me. What the
This
fuck,
is
you
this
guys?
is
Like,
not a thing that anyone is actually.
This is like that middle school shit where someone
Yeah,
tells
yeah.
you about some crazy sex
Yeah.
act that no one actually does.
Yeah.
It has
this
to
is
be.
like rainbow parties and all that.
But this is supposed to, like, part of the thing, because I remember you sending it to me, is that when you snort it, it acts as an aphrodisiac, and you get like a big burst of sex. Not sex. Wanting to have sex, of horniness.
No, you
Oh
just made a
God,
big
we don't
burst.
need any more. We
No,
don't
no
need
more
more
horniness.
horniness.
Yeah, we need
gotta go.
we need
Horniness
less
out of the world.
horniness now.
God, end horniness
Yeah.
now.
Is there an opposite of that?
Something you can snort that makes you less horny?
Yeah.
SSRIs.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Isn't that
Exactly.
that's not something that's like a quick acting thing, right?
It's pretty quick acting.
No, yeah, you can
if you snort it.
you can snort
So
enough
the
with
problem for me is
Alexa.
you have to be very, very,
Snorting
very
Alexa.
horny to go through this whole series of events to begin with. Like,
The whole
literally
time.
no-
Like,
yeah, exactly. No non-horny person would be going through. Like, for me to be like hair drying, you know, my
you
partner
have to be deliriously horny. Like,
I would have
out
to
of
be
your
like, God,
out of your mind horny.
I gotta get
Like,
hornier.
do this. Yeah. So horny that you want to be even hornier. I can't quite get there. I need to get hornier.
I can see this as like a Walter White, like weird, you know, like conspiracy type of, you know, like Walter White is just the
He's got the blue
industrial
pussy
version
crust.
of- yes. Oh man, this is
level of
AMC.
horny. This level of horny is like a half step right before you become physically the cartoon wolf with the hammer. And the yeah.
Could you imagine like someone railing that line of that, and you just watch them while you're tripping turn into a cartoon wolf?
And then
Salivating.
there's a train
Ow.
sound. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's so problematic to me, man. Like I've always been very skittish about snorting anything. So this is just like a whole nother level of just
I don't think it would
preloading
work,
the-
Phil. I gotta say, I don't think you can dry pussy juice and then crumble it in such a way.
We have to try.
Thank you.
I
For the
can
pod.
only like I know that like semen will like crumble up if like it gets dried on something.
Yeah, that means it's got to work with pussy crust.
Yeah,
too.
you can dab
Yeah.
that.
That
Like,
has to
just-
be a thing. It's only right.
It works with everything, right? I mean,
I would throw it in the dab pen and see what happens. Is all I'm.
I mean, you eat some macaroni and cheese. Take the cheese crust from around your lips.
Maybe you could have a jump snorter, you know? Put it
So
on
you
the
don't
bed.
actually snort it, but you put it close
Get
to
a
your
Mormon in there.
nostril
Just
and they-
breathe.
Yeah. A Mormon could totally do this. It's not sex. They could just do this.
It's not sex. They could do it.
No, I like
They
this.
could just do this. It's totally fine.
If someone just compresses your chest and just, you know, gets
No, I think
air
they could.
flowing.
There's nothing. It's fine. They can just rail it like a fucking
As long as
demon.
the snorting the line doesn't get mistaken by God as a thrust,
Yeah,
you're fine.
exactly. Yeah,
As
Yeah,
long as he
yeah,
doesn't count that as a thrust, you're good.
Yeah, just put it near some flowers and then be like, "Oh, I love life. I love smelling flowers,and then it just goes in, and then
And you happen
you're
to
And
fine.
that's it, yeah.
rail a line of pussy
You're
crust.
trying to
and
pull a fast one on God.
a lot that happens to be next to the flowers.
It's like an Easter egg, huh?
I thought I was looking. I don't know. There's a George O'Keefe joke, and I'm not
Oh yeah, there is.
workshop
There is
that in the chat.
somewhere in there. There is.
We'll come back with
Next
it on
week.
Monday
Next
when
week.
we release.
That'll be on the bonus episode, everyone.
This
Just-
episode.
You're not gonna want to miss that one, trust me.
Yeah, that's where we really workshop the jokes.
Yeah. Well, you know, that's where the jokes that have been workshopped, we bring them back. They come
Yeah.
full force, you know. and they're fully realized in the bonus episode.
Yeah, they're
I
properly
can't
so.
imagine. Oh man. So, you know, sucking doesn't really sound that bad. I think if I were God, I'd be pretty pissed off that if you thought you could pull that one over on me. Like, fuck you guys. Like, you think you can just soak and it's cool? Like, no, fuck you. Like, you need to do like over the pants HJs. I'm gonna let that one slide.
Yeah.
Like, you know, don't come, but it's really awkward and uncomfortable. So
Yeah,
I'll
if
let
you-
you have that one.
You should be able to get a hand job through your jorts. I think that's.
Yeah.
I think
As-
Jesus is
yeah.
cool with that.
As
It's
long as you're
awful.
suffering, it's okay.
Yeah.
As long as everybody's suffering
think-
a little
Yeah.
bit.
No one liked it.
Any genital stimulation through denim is passable by God. I'm sure of it. It's in the Bible somewhere.
Yeah.
Probably in the old sea scrolls.
That's why the really Christian ladies wear the jean skirts, like the long ones, so because they can just bump and grind on everything, and it just doesn't matter.
Yeah, it's
Because
just-
that level of denim has like a thick edge too. Just
yeah. I grew up religious. I know for a fact how many of these people will do anything to alleviate their horny, because that's all like these like Mormons, like Jehovah's Witnesses, like I was. It's all about just suppressing your horny, and nobody can let it out. So they're all insane all the time, especially when you're like young, you're like a teenager, you know. They'll
Yeah,
try
then
to do
they
that
let it out all at once, right? At the worst time.
at the worst possible time. And it's crazy what they think might be okay. Like, because again, they're just trying to like somehow pull a fast one over on God and think that, well, you know, this is technically okay. I was making out with a girl one time and she started like doing like feet stuff to me. I was like, what the fuck? I wish I was a foot person. You know what I mean? Like, God damn, I've never wished that more, but I can't enjoy this at all. You know what I mean? Feet
And
are
she
so
was like,
awkward.
"Well, I'm allowed to do this, though. It's one of the only things I
she
can
was
do."
like, this is one of the only things I can do.
Exactly.
And I'm like, well, what
Why?
really is
Yeah,
the
where does it
difference?
say that?
wow.
I don't,
You know,
it doesn't not say
I-
that in the Bible.
I never considered
Right.
this, but if you're like a religious teen and you happen to like luck out and end up with a foot fetish, you won the fucking lottery.
You kind of
You're
won, yeah.
fine.
You, kinda
Yeah.
won.
I
You can
thought
just go to the
you
beach. You're good.
Yeah, you can just sail through your entire teenage years and just you're fine. You marry the first set of feet that gets you off and you're set.
First set of feet.
This is so weird. It just gives a whole new meaning to. I used to joke about in couples how there's one person that cleans the dishes and the other person that lets them soak, and it just gives a whole new definition to that.
This is
You know,
definitely yeah.
which one are you in the relationship? Are you a soaker or are you a are
Jumper.
you the one that's going to
Are
rub
you a
these
jumper?
dishes off? And are you a jumper? Well, before we run out of time, I did want to talk about the meme that is apparently back. I thought it was new because it's probably just because Drake came out with a new album, but the Drake, the type of guy, it's got many different versions. There's all white people on the show. We can't probably say the actual version that's going that comes from the source, but the Drake type of guy, and it's just making fun of like really nice guys, kind of like I don't know.
Yeah,
I don't like
they're
to say it like
classic.
that because Drake is not known as really like Drake is much worse than the nice guy stereotype.
No, I think it's like they put like the on the the stereotypical like quote unquote beta male shit. That's what they're making fun of, right? And that's the whole
And it's always
meme.
like coupled with a picture of him looking like a shucks, because he has a lot of those.
Yeah. He likes that kind of vibe.
That's the thing about Drake is he, like he tries to be hard or whatever, but he just can't pull it off. He can't really be hard. He can't be.
He can't be hard.
Drake
what I heard.
Just
you heard it here on the
tries to be
Succ.
hard.
Drake cannot be hard.
Drake, you can't even soak, my friend. Sorry, because you have to be hard.
You have to be able to get it in there, bud.
The official Succ podcast position is that Aubrey Graham cannot achieve or maintain an erection. This is not parody or satire. We're saying this is true. It is a fact.
Yeah, we did learn.
We have established intent.
Drake, if you might look into this thing called pooning, you could possibly
achieve erection if you
achieve erection for soaking, because Drake is the type of guy that would need pooning to soak.
He's a pooning kind of guy. Definitely.
Who would jump hump for Drake? I'm curious.
I would.
Nicki Minaj.
Oh, okay.
And Matt.
Yeah. Oh, okay.
Yeah, we both would.
But no.
I'd be on one side, Nikki be on the other side. We go.
I was going to say
It needs to be a
Eminem because
pop-
I feel like he's not doing that much more.
We're doing double dutch.
Yeah.
I didn't enjoy the Drake type of meme. Drake is the type of guy memes bothered me because I am that. I'm apparently a beta cuck type of person, I guess. Is what I've learned. Because I would definitely. I saw one that was like Drake is the type of guy that would wiggle his fingers and be like, "Ooh, donuts," and I'm like, "Yeah, I would do. I would definitely do that." Like,
I hate to tell you, but we're all on a podcast together. I think everyone here
we're all beta cuck soy boys.
Yeah, I'm definitely the type of NB to float into the air when I smell pie.
This is the next. Yeah, this is.
I did feel pretty
meme.
called out by that one.
Oh man!
But these Drake memes are like they take different forms though. This is just like the most popular one. But anytime he's like back in the news, they just the new stuff happens where it's like, oh, beta would do this, and then they just slap Drake's picture on it. It's the same. We can't escape it. We never will.
Based off of the took a half a Xan? Is that really the whole crux of the joke? I mean, why would you make I just gotta add, why would you make a song about? Like, I'm trying to really understand. Like, is he trolling everyone? He's just like, I am gonna lean into this beta cuck thing that you, as you call it. I didn't call it that, but like, how do you make a song about taking a half a Xan and being out like a light? It's so catchy. It's like, we'll never fucking forget that about you, Drake. Like, why is this
half a Xan?
That's literally
my dad
the same
takes
routine. Yeah, it's like the same routine as suburban moms all across the country.
That's like, I want to take a nap.
Give a dog before you go on a flight with it. Like,
literally.
Yeah, exactly.
Half a Xan. Wow.
Well, I wonder if Drake's manager like gives him half a Xan when he goes on flights to calm him down. But he like puts in a little bit of peanut butter. Puts it in his mouth.
And then he licks it off his dick. Oh, okay.
I hope his manager was in the studio that day when they were like, "Hey, you know what would be a great idea for a song? How I give you a half a Xan and you're out like a light." And he's like, "You know what?
Because you look so cute, nice. Drake. When you're sleeping like that, it's just so adorable."
Like a little,
you should write a song about it.
Yeah.
Okay, but I need to go for a walk first.
I think we've hit our time for tonight. Thanks to all the listeners out there for tuning in. This is such a lovely thing to share with y'all, because honestly, if I could just grift you guys into doing this once a week without the idea of listeners, I would do that. Like, so,
just grifting us.
Thank you, listeners. Yeah, like there's no actual listeners. I just got Kim and Matt and Justine and WM to talk to me.
Just an excuse to hang out.
Yeah.
That is a really beta move, I gotta say.